Hi, I'm Lucas with Hometown Hero, and today we're here with Jacob Charles, our Customer Experience Manager. We're going to talk about common customer questions that people have when they call in. We're going to talk about what hemp-derived cannabinoids are and why they're a wonderful alternative to some other products out there. And we're also going to talk about our mission as a company in serving veterans and people that are in need of these products in some states where they might not have access to them. Thank you for joining us. Jacob, you've been answering calls now for more than 2 years. What is the most common type of call that you and your team receive in regards to our products?
The most common question we get from our consumers is, will these products give me relief? Relief from either arthritis, inflammation, insomnia, sleep disorder, anxiety, depression. Those are all the questions that we get asked on a day-to-day basis.
So pretty wide variety of issues that people are dealing with.
Very much so, yes.
Interesting. You're a veteran. Thank you for your service. In regards to the veterans, typically what are they using our products for?
So most of our veterans are asking for a product that will help them engage back with their family. Again, these veterans, I myself can explain, can speak on this behalf of combat veterans, have seen some traumatic events, have lived a life that has always had them go to a doctor to say, take this pill for that, take this pill for this, and not really giving any kind of relief for them. So they're asking, if I take your products, do you think it will help at least subsidize some of these aches and ailments that I'm feeling?
Yeah, one of the interesting thing about the veterans too is that, I've got a lot of combat, veterans that were in combat that I'm close friends with and, people that I know through family. And one of the common themes that I see with them is, they've got sleep issues, right? They're looking for something that can calm their brain and so they can sleep. They're also, like you said, they're looking for something that can kind of make them have less anxiety in social situations, so they can interact a little bit more fluently. And then one of the other ones that we see too is a lot of these guys, unfortunately, when they go to the VA will typically prescribe them some kind of opioid, and then they start getting other prescriptions for side effects caused by the prescriptions they're given. I mean, I've met some guys that are on as many as a dozen different prescriptions on a daily basis, which is crazy to me. And so we're seeing veterans being able to sort of reduce their pill load or just find a happy medium with our products and sort of all this stuff they're being prescribed and taking. Literally, most of it's for the side effects of some of the other stuff they're taking. It's wild.
No, yes, very much so. And not even just the amount of prescriptions that are being prescribed by doctors, is the cost is overwhelming. Even though as a veteran, we get so many discounted items, from healthcare and prescription medications, it still comes at a substantial cost that some of these veterans can't even afford it anymore.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Expensive. It's really expensive. Even with the VA helping out, it can still be really expensive. What are some stories that you've heard, whether it's from, I guess, people going through cancer and chemo or veterans? What are some stories that over the years have really stood out to you?
First and foremost, it does take me back. When you answer that call and you get a person on the other line that just feels openly and willing to tell you their story, so I feel very touched and honored that they're allowing me to hear their story first and foremost. But some of those things that I've heard story-wise has been, hey, I can't engage with my family. I'm a mother. I feel disconnected from my family, my children, everyday life. So it seems like after taking your products, it helps me re-engage back again. I feel like I can be a mother to my children. I feel like I can go out in the community again and be around large crowds. I can have family gatherings at my home again. Same thing with like our veterans, like you mentioned earlier. Those areas when we're put in a large environment, you're on a tent, your head's on a swivel, so to speak. You get taught that and trained that day in and day out. With our products, you seem to be able to relax. You're not as high tense anymore. You're able to engage with your spouse. You're able to enjoy a park with your kids again.
Yeah. So just to be clear, none of our products are medical products. We sell hemp. We don't sell marijuana. I know you were mentioning to me that you get asked a lot how our products are legal. So you're getting a lot of calls from people that don't fully understand sort of what we do, correct?
Correct, very much so. I think it is that misconception of a lot of states that have gone through recreational use or medical use for marijuana. A lot of our consumers are wondering, are we in fact using marijuana for these products to give them those reliefs? Or we have to explain again in depth that it's a hemp-derived product, which is perfectly legal according to the Farm Bill, is what we're producing.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, so our products are not medical products; they're hemp derived. But we're finding that veterans are largely using them to reduce anxiety, reduce stress, sleep better, and really find a way to integrate back into society in a better way. In my experience with our products, I get anxiety in large, crowded situations like concerts and stuff like that, and I'm not a huge fan of that stuff. But with our products, it really makes those experiences more enjoyable. And I don't feel stressed, I don't feel paranoid. I don't feel overwhelmed, and so it's really fascinating to sort of feel firsthand what our products can do for people. So for me, there's been a couple stories over the years that really stood out. A lot of people don't know this, but we give away a lot of product to veterans. There's a lot of veterans that can't afford our products for a variety of reasons. They're in tough situations, and so I really make an effort. I firmly believe, this is a business, right? And we have to run it like a business. But we're also here in a way to kind of change the world. And so I firmly believe one of the missions of this company is to put these cannabis products, these hemp products, in the hands of as many people as possible. And it's really, really important to us that, people that are experienced, veterans that are dealing with issues, specifically cancer patients that are going through chemo, we hear consistently that these products are game changers for those people. So it's really become something that's very important to us that almost irregardless of selling or whatever, we're trying to get our products into the hands of those people to benefit their lives. And, I don't think a lot of people understand how much product we actually give away. Yes, we give away a lot of money to veterans charities. I think we did over $100,000 last year to veterans charities, but it's product, I think, vastly outpaces our actual monetary donations. We've been doing this for a long time. Since the beginning, we've been really trying to give away product to veterans and help them out whenever they need it. I remember getting a handwritten letter from an airman in Alaska probably 3 or 4 years ago, and he basically said, look, I don't have any money, I'm struggling, I'm dealing with the VA, and none of this is working, and I'm sort of in this rough place in my life. And, we sent him out a care package. Just said, hey, we love you, just simple note, we love you, hope this helps. And I think 30 days later, we got a small envelope from Alaska from this airman. Great guy. He's retired, and he had some of his patches and some of his ribbons, and just sent his stuff back. And he said basically you've changed my life, and stuff like that is so important and so sort of game changing for us. I mean, it really reminds us of why we do this and who we're serving. And I think that's really, really important that we keep doing that. And I know you guys interact with a lot of those people, and I talk to you all the time. You're like, hey, this guy, contacted us. He's struggling. He can't really afford anything. What do you want to do? And I'm like, just send him his product. Just give him the product. Get him taken care of. Let's help him. Let's do what we can. That's what we're here to do.
No, absolutely. And I think that's been something that I've learned being with this company since the beginning, is that it's a message that we're trying to help. Is it a business? Yes, it is at the end of the day. Are we looking for revenue? Of course we are. But at the end of the day, when somebody calls in, they're elderly. With our economy right now, the inflation is out the roof. So we have so many elderly people that maybe they're not even veterans, but they just can't afford anymore the pharmaceutical medication they've been prescribed. So they'll call in, what can you do for me today? Is there any way I can get it at a reduced cost? I will be a customer for life. Yeah. And I assure them, over the phone as best I can, is whatever you feel you can afford, we'll make sure to get your delivery out today. If you can't afford even $5, we're going to send it to you absolutely free. Yeah. No cost, even shipping is going to be covered.
Yeah, I think it's really important that, for us and then for people watching, that they understand that, overall as a company, our sort of big vision is to kind of change the world through cannabis. It's to put our hemp products in the hands of as many people as humanly possible. Because if we do that, we're kind of touching so many lives and changing so many people's lives. I feel like at that point, almost irregardless of what happens, we've sort of succeeded.
Absolutely. And we hear that all the time from someone who says, you helped out my mother, you helped out my father, you helped out a grandparent. Yeah. So now I'm interested in what it is these products are and how is it that maybe I can benefit from it. So even that word of mouth is traveling tremendously throughout the United States for our consumers.
Yeah. Any common questions you get that might be able to help some of our consumers watching right now any common questions that you get that you could potentially answer here, and just sort of give a broad perspective on that?
No, absolutely. First and foremost, our products are perfectly legal, 100% without a doubt. We're not infusing anything with marijuana use whatsoever. We're strictly adhering to the Farm Bill that says as long as every product falls under that 0.3% net dry weight of THC.
Yeah, everything is hemp derived from beginning to end.
Very much so. We're using third-party lab testing, which I think is very, very important in this day and age.
And full panel testing.
Exactly. We see so many companies that are popping up trying to make a dollar off of consumers, and consumers are concerned. What am I putting in my body? Is this a genuinely safe product that I can digest, I can consume, and I'm going to be able to function the next day or even down the way, like a year from now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think some people don't fully know sort of our involvement over the years because it's been a while now. We've been a very big component of these products being legal, specifically in Texas, but also in numerous states. You know, on the federal side, everything was legalized through the Farm Bill. But on a state level, we're really involved in the fight in nearly every single state to keep these products legal because we're constantly under fight. We just did a video on sort of what industries are trying to get rid of us. And that's something that we're always dealing with. But that being said, we have a phenomenal team and we're constantly fighting to make sure that these products are legal. And we really try and stay at the forefront of it, you know. So that's another thing. We're very public about what we do. Nobody here is trying to hide from anything or not show our faces. We're very public about what we do. We're very proud of what we do. And we're honored to be a part of this fight to get these products in the hands of consumers. It's unfortunate that some people are trying to take them away. But, you know, luckily we've gotten big enough over the years to where we can actually fight back, and we actually have a pretty good voice, and we've got some wonderful allies. We've got politicians that understand sort of what we do. We've got a phenomenal team of lawyers and regulatory people. I mean, we've got all these different components now put together that we're actively fighting to keep these products legal. And I don't know if everybody understands sort of the cost involved in that and sort of the time involved in that. It's very, very expensive. And we don't really look to anyone else to sort of help us, but we do get help occasionally from other people in the industry and ally with them and do certain endeavors to try and keep these products legal. But for the large part, you know, as a company, we're active in sort of every component of this, trying to keep these products legal and make sure that as many people can get access to them as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, being a veteran, being a member of the Texas VFW, I've seen it at my local Legion, where they're providing these cannabis products, our products, primarily in a vending machine for my fellow brothers and sisters that have served our country.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things that makes me most proud about what we do, is that we're giving people that need it most. You know, I consider the veterans to be sort of a high need category for these products because they work so well for them. I think it's really important for us that we continue down that veteran path and serve our veterans who served us. And it's a shame that they don't have access to these products in some states. But with our products, you know, they don't necessarily need medical marijuana. They can access our products, which are, you know, effective for what they're trying to accomplish. And it's an honor to be able to help them.
It is. I mean, those sentiments I feel on a day-to-day basis. When I leave every day, from hearing the stories from calls and emails of the consumers that we have helped since I've been with this company, it feels like I myself am serving again. Yeah. You know, a humble servant, yeah, to allow to give these people some relief, some enjoyment back with their families again, and it seems to be helping them.
Yeah. Awesome. Man, thank you for what you do. It's an honor to work with you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done. And, you know, it's an absolute pleasure. I get to, you know, interact with you on pretty much a daily basis. It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you and hear your stories and hear you interact with the customers. And I don't know if I could find anybody better than you to interact with, you know, the veterans and be able to have that voice on the other end of the line. And you're so good at comforting them and sort of walking them through how we can help them. It's a true joy. Thank you for everything that you've freaking done for us, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, brother. On that note, I want to thank Jacob again for being here with us. And if you call in, you have a probably 1 in 4 chance of speaking with Jacob. So if you don't get him on the first time, hang up and call back real quick. You might get him on the next one. So absolutely love Jacob and the customer service team. We're here to help you and to serve you. And if you need anything, please feel free to reach out and have a wonderful day. Happy hunting.
Thank you.